Hello, everybody. One moment while we refresh the page. Excuse my voice today. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oop, thank you for the like. Okay. So this is your weekly all signs for all signs and astrological order, Aries through Pisces. This is the weekly good news, bad news for each sign. Let's get that centered. Boom. And we'll be using as the primary pull the Crow's Tarot. And then we're going to clarify with the Symbolon and give the advice from the Urban Tarot. Please like, share, and subscribe because it helps boost the channel. Let's see if we can get that straight. Okay. Oh, it's still not centered. Sorry. This is a Virgo thing. I hope I can get that straight. Okay. Anyway, let's carry on. Thank you for the like. I appreciate you. So we're going to do the good news first, and then we're going to switch the decks and then do the bad news. Remember, on this channel, we do not gloss. Each sign is for every sign and every person in that sign. So this is not where we throw something against the wall and see who can claim it. Every Aries can claim their reading. Every Virgo can claim their reading. You're going to get some kind of variation of a storyline in my head, but I'm going to give you many possibilities since this is a general reading for each sign. I'm clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, feeling empathic. I've been psychic, or I've known I've been psychic since I was 4 years old. Okay, so let us adjust again. This is kind of driving me crazy. Okay, let's start with Aries. Thank you for joining me, by the way. This is the good news for Aries for the week of June 16th through the 22nd. What's the good news for Aries the week of June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Aries June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? Remember, I almost said 19th, so maybe something is going to happen on that date. Let's come for Aries. What is the good news for Aries June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Aries June 9th? Again, I said 19, so I usually don't make that kind of an error. Hold on, let me ignore this notification. What's the good news for Aries, June 16th to the 22nd, 2024? Boom. The first card you have is the Fool in reverse. There may be a false start, or maybe this is a warning to take a look before you leap. Okay. Is that a number 0? So it's probable that you started some kind of major cycle or major chapter in your life. There's been a change. And then the 5 of Coins in the upright. I don't like that card in the upright. It is the central position. However, in this deck, it's quite mild, but you can see the petals of a flower falling down, like something is either being released or lost. Most of the time with 5 of Coins in the upright and the traditional Rider-Waite, the meaning, well, I mean, it's still the meaning here, but there's an extra layer of information. This one actually shows loss or release. Something may be, something, not someone, something may be dying or ending in your life at a 5 level. It's not a 10 level. It's like unexpected. There may be a loss of faith in something or someone, or there may be a very small money loss or outlay. And then you have the Eight of Swords in reverse. I think it's actually a release because you have two very positive cards. Okay, the Eight of Swords in reverse is getting out of your head in some way. Here you can see there's like someone's grabbed someone's wrist and they feel like stuck, right? Or they can't go anywhere. But the Eight of Swords is in reverse. Now, the Five of Coins is related to the Hierophant. So I don't know if the loss has to do with corporate money or an outlay in order to take training at a new job or what have you. The Eight of Swords is related to the Strength card. Okay, but again, it's in reverse, which is a good thing. I mean, you can still see the hand around the wrist of the person. Someone may be trying to hold on to you in some way, but I don't think that's it. I have to give you all the possibilities. But remember, this is your good news reading, okay? This is your good news reading. We're going to clarify, but the initial intuit is that there's a need to look before you leap because there's an energy around you. Remember, Tarot is fate, not destiny. You can change it. There's an energy around you that does not support holding on to money or beauty in some way, or nature, right? I don't know what that means. I have to say it because it's in my head. But you can still see the hand is on there, but it almost looks oily, like you're slipping out of someone's hands, I feel, or entrapment, right? And maybe you had to take a loss. But remember, this is the good news reading for Aries, okay? So let's clarify with the Symbolon deck. This seems to be a small money loss or emotional loss that you're willing, or mental loss that you're willing to endure in order to make a new beginning. If you want to make a new beginning, because of the presence of the Fool card here, you have energy supporting that new beginning. There may be a loss of someone else's money because this is 8th house, right? Okay, well, let's clarify. What does this Fool card in reverse mean for Aries, and good news for June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What does the Fool card in reverse mean for Aries, and good news June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? Now remember, I kept saying 19 by accident, so if you believe in that sort of thing. I kept saying 19, so the 19th may be important this week, or telling. We're clarifying this card, the Fool card, and for the good news. Here you have good news coming to you. It's airy news coming over the air. You see this Hermes here, and he's carrying I almost said deed, okay? So you may get money, you may get message about money or property coming to you, but it's a message carried most likely or delivered by an air sign from a distance. That's kind of interesting. And then we're going to clarify the Five of Coins because that's the most troubling one. It'll be your focus for the week. And fives represent change or conflict. It is in the upright. I would prefer to see it in reverse because that's restoration of faith. What does this Five of Coins in the upright mean for Aries, and good news? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What is this Five of Coins in the upright for Aries in June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I just heard, this is so weird. I just heard Hybrid Maximus. I'm sure you'll figure it out what that means by the end of the week. Please leave a comment when you do. Wow. So there is a loss of faith in someone or something, a separation, a change. This could be between romantic partners, but since this is related to the Hierophant, it could be corporate or having to do with company or school in some way, or church. But here, you see there's a great divide, and there's a sword separating the two of them. It may be that the change is you're willing to lose a battle or an argument of some kind just to let go. And that's the good news. Maybe it's the ability to let go that's the good news. But there's a definite loser and winner. And it may be, if you're a woman, it may be to a man who's very dominant, right? But remember, this is good news. So, but I don't like that his hands are in a fist. I'm not loving that. Yeah. And here you have like the Queen of, looks like Pentacles represented here. But it's a symbol on deck, so I mean, it could be any queen. But she's seated with her legs spread, which makes me think it's also a combination of the Queen of Wands and I almost said Pisces, of air, Pentacles. Okay. You also have, fire represented here with the sunflower dress, but the Queen of Wands in the Rider-Waite deck is the only one with her legs spread. Okay, so you have fire and earth here. It may be that a matriarch represented by Hierophant energy is telling you to drop something, to release an argument, to move on, and it could be a supervisor, a mother figure, but definitely a female. So you're being told to release something, and you're able to release with the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay, that's an interesting reading. So it's easy for you to let go of something this week, even though can be a stubborn Aries. Now we're going to do the bad news reading for Aries for the week. There we go. Now remember, only trust tarot readers, with the exception of two who shuffle in front of you, that don't have all the cards laid out when they turn on the video. Okay. That's always suspicious. The only two exceptions are Nigel St. James and Pam Georgel that I can find. What is the bad news for Aries? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. The 22nd stands out in this reading for me. What is the bad news for Aries? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What is the bad news for Aries this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Aries this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I see the card. I see the other card. So the cards will change like color temperature. That's where I know how to cut the deck. Oh, yeah, bad news. So remember, you had this as a clarifier for the Fool in reverse, where it was good news. It's turned in reverse in the same position. Okay, and you saw me shuffle many times. So this is why tarot is such a great, tarot cards are such a great medium or technology. So maybe the good news you hear gets switched around in some way, or it's not the ideal situation. It's still good news, but maybe not exactly how you were expecting it. Okay, we will clarify. And then the central position, here you see that Hermes, whoever delivers the message, is comforting the person. It may not be comforting to know that you didn't get your ideal message, but still, this doesn't cancel out the good news. Okay, that's important to note. It's just that, oh, this is the news I was waiting for. Oh, it's only half of what I wanted, or something like that. But then you have this positive card. You have this priest, and birds always represent Pisces to me. I don't know if that's important. But here you see someone communing with nature and being able to talk to the animals and stuff. Whatever discomfort you feel will be short-lived. We will clarify. But you will be get over it quick. So the overriding theme for this week is you're able to release anger and bad news quite quickly, And it may be that you don't need to be comforted because it's, maybe it's less of what you were expecting, but it's still a good thing, that kind of thing. So let's clarify this card. Please clarify the middle card for Aries, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the middle card for Aries, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Boom. So just to let you know, you have Taurus energy here. You have a lot of fiery energy. And then this middle card, which we're clarifying right now, has Piscean and Gemini energy. And your energy, Aries. First card you have is the King of Coins in reverse. So I don't know if this message has to do with a father figure or male supervisor or female supervisor, but whatever this short-lived discomfort is may be about or involve a earth sign, sun or moon, and someone who's prickly and kind of a tyrant. And then you have the Five of Swords in the upright. Now, the Five of Swords in the upright is not a great card to have, except that, but it's the best of the fives because it's you win over two others. So maybe the bad news is that you were the best candidate out of, three candidates, for instance. But you're not a particular person's first choice, so it wasn't a slam dunk, in other words. But you can see this release of air, this release of the feathers, right? You're able to release is the great news. I want to see what this means, since it is a card that you had in the first good news reading in the same position. What is the first card's meaning in this reading for Aries, for bad news, for June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What is this first card's meaning? Please clarify the first card's meaning for Aries and bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Remember the 22nd, ooh, I feel really tense. Remember I kept hearing or feeling 22nd was a strong day. The Tower. Seven of Wands. Okay. So you may get news. It's a competitive situation, but it's short-lived because of this reading here. But the good news you had is that you've been offered something, whatever that is. It may involve property, but it's good news. But then you later find out that it's more competitive. There's, subplots tied to it. Here, the Tower is quite mild because it's like a bonfire, which is kind of a you know, you make the bonfire. So you may have created the tower, and you're standing up for your rights with the Seven of Wands in reverse. And see how the hand is now uplifted? You control the fire. Because you see how this person's controlling the conflagration, you know? So it's a tower that you create. You may say, hey, you can't change my deal or change the offer. Okay. Again, short-lived release energy, right? Let's clarify this card. Because this feels like a benefactor or supporter. Even though this is the bad news spread. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I had to block something. I would love to see more likes if I could. I would love that very much. What is the third card? Please clarify the meaning of the third card in the spread for Aries. Bad news, June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. What is this? Please clarify the meaning of the third card of the spread for Aries. Bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. The Three of Wands in reverse. The Three of Wands in reverse, to me, is also a property or real estate card. See how he's on land, okay? Maybe you gain land, but there's no house on the land, or you can't build on the land or something like that. But ultimately, there's a lost opportunity, but then there's a victory. Five of Swords, victory over two others, okay? I'm not getting a clear storyline as to that would be representative of everyone's situation for Aries this week. Again, this is a reading for all Aries. You do have release energy. You do have good news, which turns out to be not the ideal good news. Like you don't get everything you wanted, but you control. You stand up for your rights, and you have some level of control. So no need for any comforting by someone else, especially an air sign. There's an earth sign involved somehow, but you went over two others and ultimately there's victory. So as far as bad news, that's a pretty good reading either way. Now let's get your advice from the Urban Tarot. I would love it if you guys like the video. It helps my recommends and it doesn't cost you anything. What's the advice for Aries this week to make this a successful week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the advice for Aries this week? For June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the advice for Aries to make June 16th through the 22nd successful? 2024. I am open for personal readings today, so if you'd like a personal reading, great. We do it through PayPal, and you can contact me for that. Your advice is the Hanged Man to go ahead and make a move. The Hanged Man is in reverse in this in the Urban Tarot, but you can see how this person's coming off the limb, and after a period of 9 to 12 days, or from the 9th through the 12th, you've thought about something, he looks like he's breaking through, just to break through the barriers or obstacles, which you look like you're going to do anyway, because you're going to be standing up for your rights. You'll have short-lived discomfort. Ultimately, you have victory. So to go ahead and say that thing, say your piece, stand up for your rights, don't remain silent and meditative, There's revelation surrounding this, and you're going to act on it, it looks like, anyway. But that's your advice, to go ahead and do that. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on to Taurus. Good news, bad news for the week of June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. If somebody could time stamp, that would be amazing. What's the good news for Taurus the week of June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Taurus June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Taurus June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Taurus June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I keep seeing Paris and like standing on the banks of the Seine River. So I guess you could be going on a trip, or you're thinking about Paris, and whatever Paris represents to you, you'll be wanting in your life or getting in your life this week. The first card you have is the Ten of Wands. You're completing a chapter in your life and possibly a cycle, especially if the World card shows up. It is in reverse. The good news is that you're at the end of a burden that you did not want, because it is in reverse. In the upright, you can see there's lighted the tips of an antler. But the burden is ending, okay? And then you have the Three of Coins, which is a beautiful card to have. If you were looking for a job, you'll get that offer. Probably involves mandatory training that you'll enjoy. You may be joined in a group or hired as a group. If it's not getting a job, it's building something, because this is the Architect's card. Although you don't see active, building in this card, you don't see the sculptor, in other words. But here, it may be that there's ready-made artifact that you could use in your, good news portion of your week. Also, there may be a promotion or a small money gain, okay? Maybe because you've completed a project. And then you have the Three of Cups, which is amazing. Now, just to let you know, if we get 3 threes, that means lies, okay? So I just want to let you know if it's in this good news reading. But apparently it serves you in some way. But we haven't gotten the third 3. But here you have the Three of Cups, where these crows are dancing in the air, which is, they're just playing, right? So, I mean, this is girls' night out. Sometimes this is a reunion card. So you may be reunited with friends or a group of people that you really love, okay? And you're like-minded, I want to say. This card popped out. Two of Coins in reverse. Now, you may be imbalanced in some way, which makes sense because you have the Three of Coins here, but that also you'll be looking back at the Two of Coins and how there was a jump forward this week. Okay, let's clarify. Thank you for the like. You're amazing. It really helps me, by the way. And, if you don't like people seeing your likes, you can make that private and like all you want. Because it really does help the channel that you're watching. What does this Ten of Wands in reverse mean for good news for Taurus, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What does this Ten of Wands in reverse mean for good news for Taurus, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What does this Ten of Wands in the reverse mean for Taurus and good news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I am getting a tingling in my arms, which is a little unusual. I'm not really interpreting that, or I'm not able to interpret that. But perhaps you'll know what it means. Ah, yes. So you have this beautiful, I don't know, it's like a combination phoenix, peacock, right? You may be dealing with a Scorpio, an Aquarius, someone with Scorpio or moon Scorpio Aquarian moon, right? So I don't know if this represents a person or just an energy, but then Ten of Wands can also mean exhaustion in reverse, and see how the bird is not flying. So I think you might be tired, but it's the end of a project or something that was a burden. It's ending. So maybe there's just a release, like, oh, now I can rest kind of energy. So we'll clarify further. This was in reverse, and this is also scorpionic energy. And this almost has like a death card feel for me. Here you see a nun. She's looking at the grave. Then you have like this perpetual fire, but she's bringing offerings to a grave. Yeah, something is definitely ending. And it was a burden, you know. So let's see what this means. The Three of Coins in reverse, or sorry, in the upright. What does this Three of Coins in the upright mean for Taurus and good news? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's this Three of Coins in the upright for Taurus and good news? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Wow, beautiful energy. So you have like Cancer energy, Cancer moon energy, Saturn energy. So you see how something is night and day, but she's serene, almost like in a temperance sort of way. You can see there's a lot of balance. And remember, I mentioned balance before with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, but there's ascension in some way and some level of peace, that there has been progress in some way, which is beautiful. But you'll be celebrating nonetheless. You might be going out with friends. Okay, so that's good news. There's celebration of some kind. Okay, well, let's do the bad news reading for Taurus, and then we'll get the advice. So we'll switch decks. Hello, everybody. I'd love to see some likes, please, because it helps to boost the channel. What's the bad news for Taurus, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the bad news for Taurus, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the bad news for Taurus, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I heard I told you so. I told you so. So either you are saying this or somebody else is saying it to you. Since you are the querent of the reading, it's likely you are hearing this. And it's something someone tried to warn you about. Yeah. So here you see two people battling. Okay, there's Leo energy here. There's Taurian energy here. And Sun energy. And it's definitely a battle. This isn't play acting, okay? But you got it in reverse, which is great. It's better, but it could mean that you lose a battle of some kind. And then this card came in reverse, but here you see like an inquest or someone being judged. This is Virgo energy and also Saturn energy. Remember, it's in reverse. So a judgment comes down in a battle. So it's possibly a legal matter. If it's not a legal matter, you were counting on being victorious in some way in an argument, in a fight, and you're just not, you know? But you already know this because it's in reverse. It'll happen, and it's not going to be a surprise because someone told you it was going to happen. And here in the upright, here you see a lot of hermit energy, even though Virgo symbolism is signs, these indicators here are not present, but there's a feeling of solitude and reflection, right? She's in a cold place, So the bad news is that, what did I hear? I told you so. I also get the feeling of a casting out. So the bad news may be that you're temporarily cast out of a group, okay? Or you're shunned for a while. I'm saying for a while just to kind of soften the energy, but let's clarify because I don't want to guess. So clarifiers, this doesn't cancel out the good news. This is, you're going to have whatever's good's going to come. I told you that reading, and this is the bad news. So it looks like since you're celebrating as well, you know, you lose some, you gain, you lose some, you gain something. Okay. I want to know what this card means. What is the, please clarify the meaning of the first card in this reading for Taurus for June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. What's this first card mean for Taurus and bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I heard don't cut. Okay. Three Wands. That's a very positive card. So let's see what the rest of the reading says. But usually this is a real estate card, right? Maybe you win a battle or an opportunity, but perhaps it was a way that it shouldn't have happened. Like maybe someone was underhanded. And then secrets come out. So the bad news may be that you may have been ruthless in some way about an opportunity, okay, and the secret comes out. I'm only saying that because there's like this judgment here, right? So I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying that's the storyline that I have in my head. You gained something, possibly through another scenario is that you gain something because someone else loses. Like someone else loses the job and you're chosen, and it's not the way you wanted to be chosen for the job. You're just, is an example. But secrets come out, right? But remember, this is your bad news reading. What's this central card mean for Taurus and bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's this bad news central card mean for Taurus, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the central card mean for Taurus and bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? One more. I heard you didn't know how to do it. I don't know what that means for you, because it's a group reading. The Sun, it does seem connected to career, job, or finance. But again, it could be all new anything. I think you gained, the bad news is, and it's still, you know, pretty good news, you gained something because someone else was underhanded. The secret comes out. And it's not really, you weren't chosen for the job necessarily, say, if it is a job. But something is being passed to you, given to you. Because I'm sitting in your energy and this is facing me. You know, and it is a gift. It's just not the way you wanted it to happen. I don't know. And the Two of Wands in the upright, yeah. This is a fork in the road. So this could ultimately be a good thing for you. Okay. And it's a time of reflection like, okay, what does this mean that I gained this in this way? Okay. Is the message I'm getting. Now, if you don't work and want to know a storyline for you, it's kind of the same thing. Someone has a loss in reputation in the neighborhood group that you're a part of, and somehow you are victorious. So that's the good news. But then you still reflect. It's like, I don't like how I gained this or had this gain. And what does that mean? You know what I mean? When it should have been given to you on merit is kind of the message I'm getting. So what is the advice for Taurus to make this a successful week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the advice for Taurus this week? I heard accept. What was the advice for Taurus this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the advice for Taurus this week to make it a successful week as possible? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. So advice is like what you should do. I know you know what advice means, but the way I'm meaning it is what kind of energy should you sit in to make it as successful as possible. And here you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Now remember, I heard accept while I was shuffling for this advice. Now the Page of Pentacles in the upright is good news about money or property or some kind of tangible object. But here you can see this person's in the window waiting. It looks like she's looking for someone to arrive. But I say she, but pages are androgynous. Maybe there's a delay and you should accept the delay in a gain. It's kind of just wait it out and see kind of energy. And then you have the Eight of Cups in the upright. Now, Eight of Cups in the upright is not acceptance, it's rejection. But here you can see this, the cups are stacked and the top one is full. So I always trust the clairaudient messages I get over, and try to apply it to the cards that I did receive. Now, the page, if it had a number, would be related to the Justice card. So maybe it's unjust how you gain it, but it's still a gain. And you see this one cup is full, which is a little unusual representation of the Eight of Cups, because usually the cups are empty in almost every deck, and I have 211 decks. But you're put at the top because you have an emotional intelligence perhaps to handle something. But here the name on this card is indolence, right? And here you have the kindergarten teacher, right? I don't know if that resonates for you, but indolence, it's like, oh, God, why did I wanted it, but why did I have to gain it in this way, So you might be a little bit resentful, but I think you'll get over it. You're going to reflect on it, okay? Okay. Now we're going to move on to Gemini, good news, bad news readings for the week of June 16th through the 22nd. Let me refresh here to see if anybody is in the chats. Oh, thank you for the third like. I appreciate you. Let's clear and wash the cards for Gemini. Remember, I'm doing the first reading as the good news for the week, and then we'll switch decks and do the bad news. The bad news readings thus far, and I do them in astrological order, have been quite mild, so that's amazing. So I have to be pulled to these decks before I do the reading. So I will say out loud to my 211 decks, June 16th through the 22nd, good news, bad news, and then I was pulled to these two decks. What's the good news for Geminis this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Geminis this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Geminis this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? Now, I'm a little tongue-tied, which means, Gemini, which is ruled by the third house of communication, you may be tongue-tied, but it may be a good thing because it is the good news reading. Ooh, nice. Page of Wands in the upright. Definite good news, good invite, possibly from an individual who may or may not be a fire sign. This could also represent children, so we'll have to clarify. And then you have the Five of Coins. I'm not loving this. You may be dealing with an Aries because they had the same card and same orientation in the central position. Okay, but this is a release of some kind. That's a little bit of a change, but it's at the 5 level, not the 10 level, right? And then the Wheel of Fortune, definite change. So there's a change for the better, and you're able to release possibly a fire sign that was your age or younger. We'll again have to clarify. But you see how things are blooming here, right? And turning green. And this is one of the few cards in the deck that has a bit more color than the other ones because there's a gold, earthy tone, kind of golden orange, earthy tone kind of color theme for the deck, but here you see a burst of color. So you're definitely ending a chapter in the same journey that you're on. So the way I discern or try to convey discern the meaning of the Wheel of Fortune compared to the World. The World card is an end of a cycle. Okay, and you get all new everything. You know, you get you move, so you have a new job, or vice versa, and then you meet somebody new, and like a bunch of new beginnings come into your life. Here, the Wheel of Fortune, you have a discernible ending and beginning of a chapter in the same book. So the World card, you start a new book. The Wheel of Fortune, you start a big new chapter in your life. That's how I explain the difference between the two. Okay? All right. But I want to know what this page of wands is. This is the good news reading for Geminis. Again, you may be tongue-tied this week. It might be a good thing. Maybe you're just surprised, right? Sometimes the page can represent surprises. So this actually matches because aces are new beginnings, but pages are new starts. Okay? What does this page of wands mean for Geminis and good news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What is this page of wands in the upright for Geminis, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I'm getting somebody in uniform, so it could be a soldier, cop, firefighter, paramedic. I'm getting that in my head. Yeah, a uniform. Or it could be a priest, I guess. But here you have a Hierophant-like card in the reverse. So this is a takeoff energy, I want to say, which is a little weird. So you get good news or an invitation of some kind, and it's an unusual one because the Hierophant card is in reverse, which is an anarchy card. It's maybe something you weren't expecting, okay? Yeah, so it may be that someone breaks their silence because this is a battle card, right? And it came in reverse. There was a great divide between you and somebody else. This is a teacher, student, or corporation or church, okay? So it can mean marriage sometimes, but someone breaks their silence somehow and breaks the silent treatment is the storyline that I'm getting. Or you get good news that something is not ending is another possibility, but it's unusual. There's anarchy around it, right? So let's clarify what the Wheel of Fortune means in this spread. Remember, this is good news. Hi, Akshararai. Don't know what you're saying, so have it translated. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate you so much. Talk to Kuldeep or not. When we call. Okay, if you want a personal reading, you can pay $20 at PayPal, and I can put the link below. So, yeah. This is your free reading. If you would like a more personal reading, I'd be happy to answer your question. What's this Wheel of Fortune in the upright mean for Geminis? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What does this Wheel of Fortune in the upright mean for Geminis? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Now, usually during my readings, you know, I'm not a con artist. I'm a real reader. So I'm not going to tell you, hey, he's thinking about you and he wants you back and all this. I'm just saying this is what the cards are showing me. This could be anybody. This could be a father figure, an organization that you thought had passed you by. You know, you have to see what the cards are here. It's unusual invite, unusual good news. The silence is over, but you have to, the tarot adds an extra layer of meaning or information that will help guide you. But if someone hasn't talked to you in over 2 weeks or even a year or something like that, you know, chances are they're not going to talk to you. Okay? But again, this is unusual. You know, it could happen. But, you know, this is meant to add an extra layer of information to the information you already know. Okay? So you have to use your logos in your everyday life and not rely solely on tarot. Okay? We're clarifying the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Yeah. So see how she's here in a gilded cage and he has her like in a tower, you know, very confined. The change is that you are no longer, I want to say somebody's pet. That's kind of weird. There's a definite change. Maybe you meet somebody that starts a new chapter. Maybe it's somebody you already know. And they've changed. They're not so possessive, perhaps. And then here you see someone, you can see this guy's like looking at her and she's flying away. Okay. But in reverse, you're not flying away. So this is a change that I think you will welcome. There is some level of mistrust. Okay. A little bit. So yeah, let's see what the bad news is, and then we'll get the advice card. This is for Geminis. What's the bad news? Now remember, the bad news doesn't cancel out the good news. You're going to get both, okay? Or some representation of the storylines that I'm giving to you. And it's not just one person. This is for every Gemini. You're going to experience all of these energies in some manner this week. What's the bad news for Geminis this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Geminis this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What is the bad news this week for Geminis? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I feel like you're nervous about something, like you have anxiety, because I'm like, not out of breath, but my heart is skipping beats. Like I'm anxious, okay? The first card you have is in reverse. See how she's checking in on a baby and the baby is sleeping. You have Cancer energy, you have Virgo energy. We'll clarify, but the intuit that I'm getting right now is that you're no longer nurtured by a Cancer or Pisces or Virgo. And then here you had it in reverse, but here it's like a Knight of Swords kind of energy. You do have Aries energy here, as well as opposition energy. Okay, but in reverse, maybe an air sign is not coming forward to nurture you, or there's a lack of nurturing energy. There's a slowdown of some kind. Yeah. And then you hear someone's playing chess. It's Gemini energy. It's Virgo energy. Someone's playing a game of chess. Looks like with themselves. The pieces are falling to the ground. very solitude kind of energy. I feel like something you were expecting to win, you don't. I feel like it's separate from the first reading, but it's not quite. It's, I don't know if the bad news you hear or experience is, I don't know if it doesn't cancel out the good news, but maybe it quells your excitement at the good news because it's like not what you're expecting. Anyway, well, let's clarify. No one expects bad news, so, well, hopefully you don't. But there's a gain that you lose, possibly with an air sign who is going towards a watery, earthy type person. Okay. Maybe you were playing the game and you just lost because you're playing games. Like this person's like, yeah, I'm not into games, thanks. It feels manipulative, but it could be the other way around too, you know? Please clarify the first card in this reading for Geminis and bad news, June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. Hello, everybody. Three of Wands. That's a very positive card. That's an opportunity card. It's a property card. Maybe the bad news is that you no longer have to nurture something and you're kind of like, well, what do I do now? It feels very light. And Justice card in reverse. Yeah, I'm not loving this. There's a separation of some kind. You lose a mental match of some kind. Someone was playing games, so either you or somebody else, and someone goes towards somebody else. Possibly someone they had separated, you know, they go back to an ex, in other words, or a Libra. But the reason they're going is that there's more nutrients, I want to say. Let's clarify this card. Please clarify the meaning of the third card in this reading for bad news for Geminis, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the third card in this reading for Geminis and bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Eight of Coins. You may need to either up your game, you know, because the Eight of Coins is the apprentice, right? You lose a game that either you initiated or someone else initiated and you were playing along. And it doesn't feel horrible at all. It's like, okay, well, you know, didn't win that. And then you have the Four of Coins. It may cost you money somehow, or there's an expense, and it could be that you get a new job and, you know, you no longer have access to this airy person. Okay? Whoever they may, it feels romantic, you know? You may be cutting your losses on someone who hasn't spoken to you. Now, remember, I was tongue-tied in the first reading. Anyway, there's an expense of money or an inability to save money somehow. And it was a chess game that you didn't quite win. You may be starting a new job or project at work if you work. And it's something that you're either DIYing or you're an apprentice. Like, I don't know. And I don't know if you have to pay like for uniforms or pay for equipment or something. It's not what you had hoped. There's some kind of unfairness, but again, the Three of Wands is in the upright. So you're on your way to stability anyway. You know, there was a fork in the road recently with the Two of Wands. You're at the Three of Wands level where you're trying to find your footing on something and you're going towards stability, okay? Because these are really stable cards here. What's the advice for Geminis this week to make it the most successful week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the advice for Geminis this week to make it a successful week for June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? Ooh, I feel like stopping. I heard don't cut. 10 of Wands in reverse. So the name on this card is oppression. You can see this prisoner is entering a jail. Whatever it is, the burden is ending, and to accept an ending of some kind, or accept a separation of some kind. In other words, if you lost a job, you could have an opportunity waiting in the wings anyway because someone separated from something, possibly an air sign. But there's an outlay of money. Something happens in the nick of time, I want to say, and to just accept the ending of a burden that was hard to carry and just carry on. Maybe the opportunity is not exactly one that nurtures you. Maybe you have to get a job or accept a job outside of the industry that you want to work in, but it's still money, and maybe it's unjust, but what are you going to do? So you accept an ending of some kind, but it's the end of oppression, which is good. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. In the upright, you can see this person he looks like a hacker, but he looks like a professional hacker, right? And it's called the Day Trader. But hacker energy came in, but it's in reverse. So I would, whenever I get these kind of cards, even though there's a hacker card specifically in the Urban Tarot, that's the energy I got. But here it's like, don't gamble, okay? Accept an ending and accept a new beginning. It may not be exactly ideal, but it's still going to get you out of the hole of spending money, if that's a thing, okay? All right. If that resonates, please get a personal reading. Now we're going to move on to Cancer signs. Good news, bad news. Again, please like, share, and subscribe because it helps boost the channel. Again, never trust most readers who do not shuffle in front of you, okay? What is the good news for Cancer signs? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Did this move again? There we go. What is the good news for Cancer signs? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What is the good news for Cancer signs, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I feel like you might be super excited about something because I feel like an excitement in my solar chakra. What is the good news for Cancer signs this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? One more. One more. I feel like shuffling some more. I don't know if you're afraid to take a leap. Maybe you're anxious about it, or you're wanting to take a leap but being held back somehow. Remember, delays are blessings always. There may be divine timing involved. What is the good news for Cancer signs this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Yeah, it's like I don't want to stop. Okay. I'm going to force a shuffle. Okay, now I'm tingling. Should I cut? No. Here you have the Nine of Wands. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah, okay. So you're waiting for information. You're waiting for action to take place. You moved on. For instance, if you were sending out resumes, which is represented by the Eight of Wands, the cards, because not only do you read the cards that are here, you read the cards that aren't here. Okay. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're hot. You want it to come in. You're trying to will it to come in. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And then the next card you have is the Knight of Cups. Yes, please. My key phrase for this card is new lover on the way, but it could be just someone bringing a message of truce after a battle, or someone delivers a loving message that uplifts you in some way. It doesn't have to be romantic. It just could, be very supportive, but it's most likely a water sign who delivers it. And then you have, the Page of Cups in reverse. So it feels like a platonic message, okay? But I guess it could, it's for the group of Cancers. But this could be your energy as well. But here with the Page of Cups, which you received in reverse, here you see a nest, something of new life. Pages are always represent new starts. Aces represent new beginnings, okay? So this is a new start. Something starts up again. You're just anxious for something to start up again after there was a delay. And you see it's like in the egg form, right? You got it in reverse. So if there's an emotional message, remember this is the good news reading, okay? You're waiting for the other shoe to drop on information you're waiting to receive after a delay. You're either delivering this message or you're receiving it, but it is in the upright, which is good. It could be a message of love, or a message that someone may be like into you and it makes you happy and you're just kind of waiting for them to extend the emotional cup is another interpretation of this reading. So let's clarify, but it makes you excited, okay? Let's straighten this out. What's this Nine of Wands in the upright mean for Cancer signs and good news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's this Nine of Wands mean for Cancer signs, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's this Nine of Wands mean for Cancer signs, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? Boom. So you're waiting for the shoe to drop either on a diagnosis or someone else's diagnosis or someone's health. Remember, this is the good news spread. There's Virgo energy and there's Leo energy here. Leo moon, also Taurian energy. But here you see there's rain outside or possibly Eight of Wands. You may be waiting for someone to leave so that you can jump into a position, or you're waiting for someone to deal with something so they can, have a new start with you. Okay, that's a possibility. And then the Ace of Cup, yeah. So this is, Aquarian energy. But the Ace of Cups in reverse. Someone, new lover on the way, new start. So you may hear or be waiting to hear whether someone has recovered from something or is dealing with something emotional. Your Ace of Cup is about to be filled by this person, so it does kind of feel romantic now. But they're dealing with something, but it's nearing the end. So you'll probably get some kind of communication saying, hey, I'm sorry I haven't called you. It's just this one scenario. It could be representing, a job or a family matter or what have you. But you're about to start a brand new emotional cycle, possibly with someone, possibly another fellow earth sign, a fellow water sign, an earth sign, or a Leo. Okay, but this is about to turn upright, is the good news. It's an end of a waiting time, is what I want to say. That's why the key phrase is new lover on the way, right? But let's see what this Page of Cups is in reverse. Now, this is a good news reading, so this is not bad news, okay? Or bad news about a new start. What's this Page of Cups in reverse mean for Cancer signs and good news? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I don't know why this is crooked. Maybe that the camera is crooked. Okay. What's this Page of Cups in reverse mean for Cancer signs, June 16th through the 22nd for good news? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I heard I had to wait so long. Like, it's not complaining like that, but it could be that you really held out for something or someone special. Yeah. You're just waiting, and you kind of feel exhausted from the waiting. But, the waiting is almost over is the main message for the good news reading. And you're about to engage in a nurturing situation. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop on something. You hear that something is ending or about to begin for you and someone else, no matter what arena of your life, whether it's romance or a job situation or family situation or a health situation, right? You're about to start a new nurturing cycle. Now let's get the bad news and then advice for Cancer signs this week, June 16th through the 22nd. Oh, we start with this deck. That's right. Thank you for joining me. What's the bad news for Cancer signs this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What is the bad news for Cancer signs, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What is the bad news for Cancer signs, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I heard I'm not ready. So it may be related to the first reading. Hey, I'm not ready, but I'm almost ready, etc., etc. Yeah. So you may hear of a wedding or a family get-together to attend a wedding. I don't know why that's bad news. Maybe it's a new step-parent that you weren't expecting. And you had this in reverse, but I wanted to show it to you in the upright. There's healing in some way. I don't know why that's bad news, but, you do you. And then, you can see these two people baptizing a child in reverse. You may hear of a wedding or a marriage from someone you used to be with or a parent, and you're just not ready to hear this. Maybe they already have children together. Maybe the bad news is that they're not baptizing the child, which is bad, by the way. Bad, 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 bad. Not to have that sacrament. I don't know why that's bad news, but it doesn't really seem to concern you, even though it involves you in some way. Or maybe you're not healing, because here this person has a splint. And presumably they're healing because they're walking, right? Maybe it's not healing information. Anyway, let's just clarify the reading since it all seems to be related, the cards. Please clarify this reading for Cancer signs, June 16th through 22nd, 2024. You're not loving this information. It's not really bad news. It's just information you wasn't ready to hear. You know, one of your parents gets remarried or something like that. Or a friend marries her ex even though you told them not to. You know what I mean? Please clarify this reading for Cancer signs, June 16th through 22nd, 2024. One more. And then we'll move on to the sign of Leo after the advice card. Seven of Wands, yeah, you're on the defensive. You're trying to contain your anger in some way about something. And it comes after the Six of Wands, which is normally victory or coming home. You might have to attend this event and you don't want to because you don't believe in it. But you're trying to contain your anger, and maybe it's just upsetting information. And then you have the Page of Coins in reverse. Here in the upright, you got in reverse, but here in the upright, there's a budding or a new start of something earthy. And I don't know, there's a new start in someone else's life that you're not ready to hear. And it possibly could make you angry. Maybe it means less money for you in the long run somehow. I don't know. But it could be news delivered by an earth sign. And it makes you defensive. Maybe someone, an ex who you wanted to marry in the past, marries somebody else who you feel doesn't even come close to you like you think that you're a much more developed person than this. You don't understand it, Anyway, it's time to make a new beginning somehow and just release something. That's the bad news. Okay, let's get the advice. If you'd like a personal reading, I am doing $20 readings today at the end after Pisces. So get in queue for that. The information or the choose the friends and for $20 readings. News, bad news, weekly. Please go to news. Okay, friends. Boom. Okay. What's the advice for Cancer signs to make this a successful week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the advice for Cancer signs, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the advice for Cancer signs to make this a successful week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? Boom. Here you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the key phrase of this card in the Urban Tarot is worry. Advice is don't worry. Restore your faith and restore your resources in some way. Don't think about this or spend another second or coin on this, okay? Maybe if you don't support this, don't spend the money to attend this event, where you possibly have to defend yourself, okay? It's not your concern. Like I said, it's not your concern, but it involves you somehow. So it makes me think of a relative, a friend who's marrying someone you don't approve of. It's quite possible. That's one storyline. there's a commitment that someone else is making that you don't support. And normally you would be expected to support it, but you're very defensive about it. Okay? All right. Well, let's move on to Leos. Sumsi Sum Sum, I missed you too. You're awesome. I love that you're here, babe. I love that you're here. You're awesome. Thank you for watching, babe. I really appreciate you. I would love to see more likes if I could, please, because it helps boost the channel for the recommends during the live reading. What's the good news for Leos, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Leos this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Leos this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? Kiss, 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 kiss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Good news for Leos this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Wow. I'm not getting pulled to any cards. That's a little unusual. Okay, I'm just going to choose. I feel like it's here. Okay, I had trouble choosing the cards, which is unusual. So you may have a hard choice to make, but it's a good news reading, so who cares? You're probably going to make the right choice. And then you have the 7 Wands. You're standing up for something that you believe in this week, and maybe that's, I don't see how that would be unusual for a Leo, but you hold power in the actions that you or other people are making. And the Tower is in reverse. You either avoid a Tower or you control the conflagration, okay? By how much oxygen you give it, I'm going to say, to be technical. And then the other card you have is Temperance, Impatience. You're raring to go on something. But see the Temperance card in the upright, there's this drop of water, right? And ripples, okay? The good news is that you are controlling a Tower in some way, or I feel like you're controlling it. I don't think you're avoiding it, but we'll clarify. And in doing so, you control also the, you're able to put it out if you want to. See how these ripples are still present and they're coming towards you too. What you put out comes back in, okay? And I feel like looking at the bottom of the deck, here you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Death card in reverse, the 7 of Cups in reverse, and the Empress. So you manage a tricky situation with a plum, I want to say. And you're able to control it so it doesn't become bigger. Okay. That's amazing. So please clarify the meaning of the Tower card in this deck for good news for Leos, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the meaning of the Tower card in reverse for Leos, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the meaning of the Tower in the good news reading for Leos, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I keep seeing like me walking through a Vegas casino. And the casino I'm thinking of, it's more of a memory, but there's a reason why the memory comes up. But it is Bally's. You're no longer in isolation. Please, we're clarifying the Tower, which is a Scorpionic card. This is a Sagittarian card. This is a fiery card. But here you have a Virgo-like card. So I don't know if you're controlling your anger and avoiding a Tower with a Virgo type. But also, yeah, you have your Leo. You have Pisces here. And you have Saturn energy and Jupiter energy. It's good luck for you, and you're able to control your anger or control a tower in some way that benefits you. Even though it causes impatience, there is healing on the way. And here you see, yeah, exactly. So here you see someone in stocks, okay? And that's like a public humiliation thing, okay? You avoid a public humiliation by controlling your anger, or you avoid public humiliation, or you could cause it for someone else, but you control it somehow. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so let's do the bad news reading. The bad news reading is going to be interesting. Hi, Akshara. I am doing personal usually my prices are, commensurate with 35 years experience in readings, but today's I'm doing the $20 readings, okay, which you can pay via PayPal. And I'll do them after Pisces. What is the bad news for Leos, June 16th to the 22nd, 2022, or 22, wow. That's a big, so I don't know if 2022 foreshadowed or is connected to the bad news for this week. So I usually don't make that tongue-tied mistake. I feel you may hear from someone, or you may speak to someone you haven't for at least 2 years. And remember, this is the bad news spread, so you may hear something you don't want to hear. What's the bad news for Leos this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Again, nothing beats a personal reading. This is for all Leos in the world. The Knight of Swords is in reverse. So that may be not a truce. Okay, maybe you're expecting an apology. Yeah. The Phoenix / Peacock is in reverse. You may get an arrogant message from an air sign that you're not wanting to hear. And again, a reversal. So you have this Fool kind of energy. This Fool or Jester is holding up a mirror to this King. Could be a King of Cups, possibly. But this is Leo energy, Leo and Aquarian energy. It's not what you expect. It's not what you expect. Whatever news you hear is not the news you want to hear, but it might be an explanation after a period of 2 years. Is possible. Okay. I want to clarify this first. Maybe you were expecting a truce of some kind after a silent treatment or a ghosting, and it's just not what you expect. Or they send a message through a third party rather than contact you directly, possibly from a fire sign, but it could be vice versa too. But something can't take off. What's this Knight of Swords in reverse mean? Or you may hear from an attorney, an accountant, 2. What's this first card? Please clarify the meaning of the first card in this reading for Leos, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the meaning of this first card for Leos and bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Ooh, I feel like it's news you don't want to hear or wasn't expecting to hear. Yeah. You may get a message that someone just used you for sex, okay, or greed. Because we have the card we don't speak of. I don't like that card. So this represents Capricorns, Scorpios, and Leos. So you may be delivering this message, but you could be receiving it too. And then 10 of Wands, yeah, it's the completion of something. And it feels like unfinished business that kind of leaves it open-ended still yet. So maybe a text or a short internet-born message where you're like, they could even say, like, stop bothering me. And they're an ass about it. It's quite possible. Okay. I want to see who this person feels different from this person. Okay, so I'm going to clarify this. I feel like washing the cards again. It feels icky. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like this energy. It feels really icky and like this person has the nerve. You know what I mean? Please clarify the meaning of the third card. In this reading for Leos and bad news, June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the meaning of the third card in this reading. I just heard Virgo. I heard Virgo. June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. It might disturb your confidence level. We know Leos typically are very confident people. 9 of Wands, yeah. You might even, this doesn't feel like closure. This feels like being brushed off. Or someone could continue a silent treatment and it's toxic. And it feels like unfinished business. Still waiting for the other shoe to drop. Maybe you don't accept it because here you have the 10 of Wands and here you're at the 9 of Wands. Because this feels like you now. And then the 2 of Swords. Yeah, if you see how this person is bound. You have a decision to make. And you feel intertwined with someone or you're just kept to, you're forced to like keep your own company, right? But the 2 of Swords in the upright is much better than in reverse because in the upright it means you have a decision to make about whether to stay bound or not, but you can make it. So you have the ability. And the bad news is that you're able to get out of it quite easily, but it's up to you. It was about a mental or karmic new beginning that you were hoping for that you're not getting. But the 2 of Swords in reverse is a decision that you have to make but can't. So it is in the upright. So you do have the energy supporting you. You need to accept this 10 of Wands because right now you're at a 9. Okay? You need to accept it because they want to end something or their connection with you. Okay? However that resonates, whether it's a person, a situation, a job, you know, any area of your life. Okay, let's get the advice, although the advice is quite apparent. You're keeping yourself bound, okay? What's the advice for Leos for the most successful week for June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? This feels like it's been going on, not feels. I heard 2022 in the beginning of this reading, so This has been going on for a couple years at least. So you know this person, like know them. What's the advice for Leos to make this the most successful week for June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the advice for Leos this week to make it a successful week as possible? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I heard shush about it. Shush is not a word I usually use at all. It's not a part of my linguistic, so I don't know where my spirit guide didn't give me that message, but that's the message I got from elsewhere. I don't know what that is. So here, yeah, Two of Wands in reverse, Dominion. So Two of Wands in reverse means partnership issues, okay? Your advice is not to perpetuate this because it'll just be never ending. And then, yeah, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You need to concentrate on a new beginning with money rather than on a person. You know, you're on the cusp of, you need to accept a brand new money cycle. If you let go of this person, it could mean that you'll have a new money cycle coming in, which will be lead possibly to a lot of abundance. Okay, so that's the advice. And to not spend money somehow. Okay. Now we're going to move on to Virgos. I'd love to see another like if I could. That would be amazing because you'd help have this reading recommended while it's going on. That would be amazing. What's the good news for Virgos this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the good news for Virgos this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the good news for Virgos this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the good news this week for Virgos? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the good news for Virgos this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the good news for Virgos this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. One more. I'm going to force a cut because I'm not getting a message to stop. 10. And then I see it. Okay. I feel like I should shuffle some more. Sorry. What's the good news for Virgos this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Remember, delays are good things. Okay. What's the good news for Virgos this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I did get a signal to cut that time, so. Here you have the Ten of Cups in the upright. Happiness, joy, the completion of an emotional cycle that perhaps was hard. So that's amazing. So you're about to start at the Ace of Cups, right? You may be ready to date again. And then you have the Six of Wands. There's some kind of defeat in some way, but it serves you, or there's no homecoming. Okay, so this joy may come from an angle, I don't want to guess. And then you have Justice in reverse. There is some kind of injustice. I have to clarify because this is not great. Some good news. It's a separation of some kind that serves you. But I have to say, in the upright, this is actually a better card in reverse. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Virgo. Here you have a feather that's heavier than an Ace of Cup. So it's imbalanced, okay? So maybe that a imbalance is righted in some way. Although this is very confusing. After a Five of Wands, a competition, but before the Seven of Wands. So you may have to defend yourself in some way in order to be victorious, or victory is hard won. But remember, there's joy. So, you know, there's that. Let's clarify the Ten of Cups in the upright. Please clarify the meaning of the Ten of Cups in the upright for Virgos in June 16th through the 24th. Ooh, I said 24th. So there is a delay of some kind. 2024. Tammy Warner. Oh, you did? Oh my God, babe. Thank you so much. So you'll be the first one. First reading, as far as I know. I don't have my PayPal up after the Pisces reading. So thank you for getting another reading, babe. I appreciate you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. What's this Ten of Cups in the upright mean for Virgos? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I almost said the 24th again. This is Ten of Cups in the upright mean for Virgos in good news. June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I heard offer letter, offer letter. Yeah. So it's not going to be delivered by an air sign, but someone is not in battle mode with you, or you're not. You're joyful. Yeah, it's from a corporation, a school. So an offer letter could be you're accepted at university. But there's praise and good luck, I want to say. It almost looks like he's holding up a pentacle too, right? Yeah. Fool's energy here. You need to look where you're walking because there's a danger of making a misstep. I want to say in communication, but you see symbolism of the Death card here. So watch where you're stepping. But yeah, that looks good. So I want to know what this means because that's, troubling. Now, Tammy, do you want me to keep your question private and not announce it? What does the Six of Wands in reverse mean for Virgo? I almost said Pisces. What's the Six of Wands in reverse mean for Virgos? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. So definitely a new beginning of some kind, and you're joyful about it. New beginning, not new start, because this is not page energy. The Fool card, another interpretation, because this is a religious card, and sometimes the Fool card is like a religious card too, but it's religious hysteria. Okay? I'm just putting that out there. Look at that. Okay, so Six of Wands, there's still a divide between you and somebody else. I heard Pisces while I was shuffling, but also Aries is represented here, as well as, yeah, that's it. So there's still a division between you and somebody else, which is defeated, but it may serve you in some way. But here we have another Fool's energy. Someone is leaping across. Here you have this small crevice. It's such a little thing that divides you. And here's a separation card, right? But look at this Fool. So this is you, Fool. And then, Fool makes a leap across a canyon. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Putting something to rest, I heard in my head as I pulled this card. So it almost looks like she's putting dirt in the crevice. Okay, maybe defeat a situation with a Pisces turns around. Could also be Aries or Taurus or Aquarius. Here's Taurus. And you fill in the gap. Someone takes a leap of faith to contact you in a defeated situation. There was just a minor crevasse between you where you made mountains out of molehills. someone takes that leap and you're able to mend or heal a connection, because you see two people here, even if it's just mental. Okay, so you could have, there could be just a healing of some sort. Now I want to clarify this, because even though in the upright it's imbalanced, there is separative energies, or this person could work in the justice or legal system of some kind. Remember, this is your good news reading. So what's this Justice card in reverse mean for Virgos and good news in June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's this Justice card in reverse mean for Virgos in good news June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I heard it's about time. It's about time. Yeah. So I don't know if you were dealing with the Leo, because Leo had the same card, same orientation in this position in our last reading. You may be dealing with the Leo, because a lot of Leo energy here. Someone's holding the same gesture. So this could be you actually making that leap, and something is healed, right? Possibly from a separation of some sort before. Also Piscean energy here. But here you have someone, you held up the mirror to someone and they had to look at themselves. And it separated you for a while, but now things are coming back into balance. It's not what all you had hoped for, but it still brings beauty in your life. She's looking in a mirror as well. So whatever happened, I wanted to say crushed both of your confidences. But I mean, there's healing in some way. A lot of temperance energy here. Okay. I'm not loving this. You see like a puppet. This person still has a hold on you somehow. And then the gesture. The separation was good, whatever it was. I don't think you're meant to really be around this person. So you may be able to release in some way. But you do have, remember I heard offer letter. So you do have joy, So the good news is that you're able to put something to rest, even though, whatever it is. Okay, so let's get the bad news for Virgos. What is the bad news for Virgos June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the bad news for Virgos June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the bad news for Virgos June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the bad news for Virgos June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I heard bad news is good news. Oh, yeah. You're leaving someone behind. And look, you see the Jester and the King again. How weird is that? Piscean energy. So you're controlling an ending of something. Bad news is good news. So you find out, you get a message, and you're just like, well, not what I wanted to hear, but you know what? I'm done. I'm taking a different road. So I don't know. I heard battle cry. So Taurian energy. Air sign battle cry. I think you're charging into something. And then I don't know why that's bad news. So here, yeah, you can see this person is on one shore. You had it in reverse. One shore. There's like a 6 of Swords feel with this. Capricorn energy. And they see like this wonderland, like all good things on this other far shore. You may live or commute over a body of water. This looks like an island. But yeah, maybe you hear that you don't have to, well, this is bad news. Maybe it's not the opportunity you were hoping for, but it's still an opportunity. But you're very close to abundance. You're still in rough waters. Okay? But, I mean, as far as bad news, this is pretty light. So that's amazing. I want to clarify all of these. What's this first card in this reading for Virgos? Bad news, June 16th through the 22nd. Okay, yeah, Tammy, I'll keep it private. What's this first card in this reading for Virgos? June 16th to the 20th. I almost said 24th again. 2024. What is this first card meeting for Virgos and bad news? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Oop. This card wanted to come out too. The Empress. You're headed towards abundance. You decide to leave something behind. You release something. The bad news is that you have to release something in order to gain something. And then you have the Nine of Wands. The other shoe drops. So now you can move forward. It's not the ending that you wanted. It feels with someone, possibly a Pisces or Aquarius, or a combination thereof, but this person's smiling on their face. And it kind of leaves them in a lurch. I don't know why. Virgos are not like that, but whatever. But the other shoe drops. You're headed towards a final ending. You're creating the ending. Let's see what, remember I heard battle cry or racing towards something, right? But it's in the upright, so that's good. You're just going to move on, man. Move forward. You may also be going back to something that you did before. Please clarify the meaning of the central card in this reading for Virgos, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Five of Cups. Five of Cups is regret or remorsefulness. I see two crows here, right? Maybe there's a separation with an air sign or a water sign, or someone has a combination thereof, like in this card. Here you see a single Ace of Cup with a feather in it. The cup is empty. All it has is this feather that is useless by itself. So you're charging forward after an empty cup from a water sign. Okay? If you have a water moon, then this is you delivering this information. It's still bad news, but it looks like you're handling it with, you're focused on something else. This is third card in this reading. June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. What's this? Third card in this reading. Bad news for Virgos. June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. Page of Wands. You do have good news. You do have good news. Even though it's bad news. Remember, I said bad news is good news at the beginning of the reading. You know? You have a new start with something that you've been a part of before. And it's good news. And it's like Ace of Wand energy, which is amazing. And then you have Knight of Sword. Kind of interesting. Knight of Sword, Knight of Sword. There's blood on these scissors. Right? And then Temperance, patience. So I'm going to put that back. At any rate, bad news is good news. Maybe it's not exactly what you wanted, but still you get something. by leaving something or someone behind, possibly a water sign. Now we're going to do the advice for Virgos. This card wanted to come out, the moon. There's 4 people watching. I would love to see a 4th like if I could. What's the advice for Virgos to make this the most successful week ever? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the advice for Virgos to make this the most successful week for June 16th through the 24th? Again, 24th, 2024. I don't make mistakes like that. So 24th might be important. So the good news, bad news may extend into the next week. What's the advice for Virgos? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024 to make this a very successful week for Virgos. Ooh, I heard shuffle one more time. There we go. I see the card. Boom. Run. Oh no, it's ruin. So it's ruin. So here you have the Ten of Swords, right? The advice is to go ahead and move on from a betrayal, or to go ahead and betray somebody, one of the two. And then you have the Ion, which is judgment. And see, it looks like she's at the memorial for 9/11. I don't know if that's important, but you're controlling the judgment, okay? Hold your judgment against someone or something about a betrayal, okay, or about an ending. Just kind of move on from this ending. It's been a long time, okay, and you just need to move on, okay? Memorialize it. Remember that it happened and how it happened so you can avoid it in the future. But still, you know, you're not the only one who's experienced this. So, you know, other people heal from it. It's time for you to heal from it. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Now we're moving on to Libras. Good news, bad news for the week of June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I feel like clearing the energy somehow. Sorry if you're listening on headphones. I had to clear the energy and spray myself. Okay. So Libras, you may have to clear energy of your space, both with sound and smell. What's the good news for Libras this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Libras this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Libras this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Libras this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I heard force your hand. Force your hand. I don't know if you're doing this to someone or they're doing it to you, but apparently it's a good thing. Queen of Wands, look at these lips breathing fire. You are beautiful, confident. This also symbolizes a best friend for me, but a Queen of Wands can also indicate someone your age or older who's wise and fiery, okay? And Six of Wands, you may be dealing with a Virgo, because we had it in the Same orientation, the central position, okay? So Virgos, take note, you may be dealing with a Libra. And remember, Justice card came up in the third position for Virgos. And then Three of Wands, opportunity, okay? So you may get an opportunity from a fire sign that you thought you lost, right? Or you have an opportunity to go home with your head held high in some way. If we get 2 queens, that means gossip, but it's enjoyable gossip. It's good news. Please clarify the Six of Wands in reverse for Libras, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the meaning of the Six of Wands. I will continue to watch tomorrow since it's so late here. Thank you, babe, for attending. Thank you for doing this, seeing you again. Lots of love to y'all. Good night. Good night, Sum. I was happy to see you here. What's the Six of Wands in reverse mean for Libras, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? If it's a defeat that serves you in some way, okay? Like a blessing in disguise, perhaps, especially if we get the Tower. But no, we get someone who's on stage. We get Leo energy, theatrical energy. And this person is making a proclamation on a stage. So it's either a theatrical kind of showing or this person's reading something, okay? It's still a defeat of some kind. And then, but you have upright cards. So, I mean, this is the good news reading. Somehow it serves you. Maybe you hear someone is defeated in some way. And you hear it from a fire sign. And then you see 2 people passing on the road. They both look like they're migrating permanently somewhere. But you may see an old friend when you go home, perhaps. And yeah, and you're glad to see them. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see what this opportunity is. It also is my real estate card. Okay, so that might be important. You may be visiting home and it's a good thing. However that homecoming is. It could be metaphorical, it could be actual. What does this Three of Wands in the upright mean for Libras? June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. What is this Three of Wands? You might go back to a job you had before. I just heard dispatcher, so that could be an actual position, or you're receiving information. So good news is dispatched to you in some way, possibly by an old friend. What does this Three of Wands in the upright mean for Libras? June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. Here you see somebody's in mourning, okay? And it's in reverse. So I mean, quite literally and rudimentarily, you might stop your grieving after a partnership issue of some kind. And then you hear, you got it in reverse, but here it is in the upright. Someone's like running away from Medusa, you know? So it could be that someone returns from the dead. Not literally, but, you know, someone you've lost touch with, perhaps an old friend who's a Leo that you had a falling out with. But there's an opportunity to get to stability again. Okay, that's interesting. So let's read for bad news for Libras. And then we'll pull an advice card or two. Remember, I felt compelled to clear my space, so I'm encouraging you to clear your space as well. If you can't actually wave sage around, there is a sage spray that you can get in any mystical shop near you. What's the bad news for Libras this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Libras this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Libras this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I have like a pseudo headache behind my left eyebrow. So that means that's a headache that I only get during instances in readings where something is going to be a headache. So that's something. The bad news is going to be a headache for you in some way. And here you have the same person that you had in your central position, your good news spread. Someone may change their mind when you come back to a situation where it's not what you thought. And then here you have the Magician card in reverse. Someone you waited to hear something from contacts you and then goes silent again, because the Magician in reverse is a communication block or a manifestation block. Aries, Gemini, Virgo energy. And then, the bad news is that someone contacts you after someone contacts you, or you're hearing news, or there's a homecoming of some kind, you fall for someone's trick again because they go silent again is quite possible, is one scenario. Another scenario is that you hear upsetting news about someone's self-destruction, but there's a need. I mean, this is penance, okay? And this is scorpionic energy, heavy scorpionic energy. So this person is doing like old-timey penance kind of act, right? Anyway, the bad news is that you're beating yourself up about something, possibly about a Scorpio, a Leo, strong Leo, strong Scorpio, Virgo, Gemini, Aries energy. I feel like you're in danger of falling for someone's same trick. Someone may give an ego call to you or an ego email just to see how you're feeling about them. You get excited from hearing from them, and then they just go cold again is a possibility. At any rate, dump them, because who does that? Okay, but you cannot manifest something. I feel like washing these cards again. Something's a headache, because I still have the headache. What is this first card in the spread mean for Libras in bad news? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What is this first card in this reading? I almost said for Virgos, so this might be Virgo energy and Leo energy, or a cusper you hear this from or don't hear from. What's this first card in this reading for Libras? Bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Okay, I just heard the full word represented by a-hole, okay? So someone's not nice to you. They're just playing games. Yeah, it might be a Virgo Leo cusper person, because the Hermit card is in reverse. At any rate, you get the answer, and you should accept that answer. Okay? I want to see what the Magician card can mean many things in the upright and reverse, so I'm going to clarify it. Please clarify the meaning of the Magician card in the central card in this reading for Libras. Bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the meaning of the central card in this reading for Libras, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the central card in this reading for Libras, June 16th through the 22nd. Okay, I heard stop shuffling. Should I cut? I heard yes and no at the same time. Should I cut this deck for this reading? No. Nine of Cups. You're able to manifest, but someone goes silent. And somehow you get your answer. So, I mean, this is a case of no news is good news. You realize that someone's up to their own trick. You may be, beating yourself that you waited so long, right, for this person answer or closure, right? Okay. Let's get the advice. Although, again, the tarot reading gave the advice, but maybe this will tell you how to do it the easiest way to deal with it. What's the advice for Libras to make this a successful week of June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What is the advice for Libras this week? For a successful week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the advice for Libras this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Oop. I almost wanted to turn around in my hands. Here you have a definitive ending. Here is the World card. It's called the Universe. See how this person is ascending? You are ending a cycle, especially with a Leo Virgo cusper. But, don't beat yourself up for it. And you're on a new beginning. Oh my God, this is amazing. So even though this is bad news, this is absolutely, you're liberated, like the Arch de Triomphe. You have a definitive ending and you start a completely new cycle, all new everything. It's like you have a new life. Try not to beat yourself up for it, or maybe somebody else is being, anyway, it doesn't matter because the advice is like, just finally end something, start a new beginning, and good things will happen for you, Libras. That's amazing. Okay. Now we're going to read for Scorpios. Thank you for being here, guys. I love you so much. What's the good news for Scorpios this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Scorpios this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Scorpios this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Scorpios this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I feel like it's this card and then this card. We'll cut the deck here. Oh, I think this card is the top card. The Chariot, yes. Now here, there's two dragons intertwined, which makes me feel like it's a halt. But there's maybe a plan with someone else to move forward, or someone helps you with transportation somehow. And then the Five of Swords in reverse. You lose to two others, but any loss is a blessing in disguise. But you see the hand is upright in this deck when it's in reverse. So you may be releasing thoughts, negative thoughts. So it could be a positive. Yeah, Nine of Cups. A wish comes true, either with a Cancer sign, water sign, air sign, or combination thereof. But you see how these, it could be Pisces too, because birds are Pisces to me. All these birds are this freedom. There's joy. Your flight to me is sex, so you might, get some tail. So it's good news is that a wish comes true, even if it's a minor wish. Maybe it has to do with a car or a long distance trip of some kind. Okay. All right, let's clarify. This card wanted to come out. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You master something. So I'm going to put that back in the deck. Please clarify this reading for Scorpios. Good news. June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Scorpios. June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify this reading for, I almost said Virgos. June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Now, I got something put in my head. You don't hear from the person that you wanted to hear from. But at any rate, this is the good news reading, and who cares? The good news is, this is clarifying the whole reading. You're still being held captive by something. I don't know if that serves you or not. It doesn't seem like it does. Yeah, you don't hear from the person that you were wanting to hear from, but you're still joyful. Okay? You're still joyful. There's still energy which would support forward movement. So you hear from somebody, but it's not the person that you wanted to hear, but it could be a blessing in disguise. Okay? And you need to snip the strings. Now, if Virgos and Scorpios are telepathically connected, so you need to snip your strings from a Virgo, it looks like. Okay. Now let's, I just kind of stayed good news. So let's, the bad news for Scorpios. Oh, wrong deck. What's the bad news for Scorpios? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What is the bad news for Scorpios? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Scorpios? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Here we have people making a pilgrimage and offering to a Jesus type figure, but it looks like Buddhists visiting this Jesus type figure. That's kind of interesting. Remember, this is the bad news spread. I don't know if there's news of an illness or you are ill. Don't give me comments about how, you're saying that I'm going to be on my deathbed. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, hey, there's a tarot card for someone in bed who looks sick, okay? Could be a father figure because it's a male, okay? But you see the cloak and the crown and all that. But there's a baptism of some kind. So there's an ending and a new beginning, or an ending that leads to a new beginning ultimately, which is good. It feels like very balanced bad news. This isn't dark at all, okay? There's a high spirituality feel in all of these cards. There's a praise to God in some way. The bad news may be that you have to spend more time on your spiritual self in order to, I want to say, keep your sanity, Okay, that was put into my mind just then. Okay, well, you know, Scorpios are very faith-oriented anyway, so let's clarify, because it's a bizarre reading, honestly. But, you know, to have good cards for bad news spread is, you know, optimal. What's the central meaning? Please clarify the meaning of the central card in this reading for Scorpios, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the central card in this reading for Scorpios and bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Ooh, I feel tense. There may be worry about a loved one. You have the Hanged Man. So you have Scorpio and Leo energy here, and Sagittarius and Piscean energy here. It's a wait and see on news of a illness or a diagnosis, and you might have to wait as long as 9 to 12 days. And the Six of Coins is in reverse. I don't know if it's going to cost a lot of money and you need charity in order to pay for it or pay for someone else's care. Okay, it's quite possible. Or there's no give and take in relationship because someone is just preoccupied with an illness. You or someone else. Let's clarify this card. Please clarify the meaning of the first card in this reading for Scorpios and bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the first card in this reading for Scorpios and bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. If you get a hand cramped, you might want to have that checked out, like if it doesn't go away. I'm just saying that's the thing I'm getting in my head. Six of Wands. I think this has to do with spending more time, having to carve out time for faith and renewing your faith or conversion to faith. And then here you have an ending, not only a victory card, but an ending, an enforced ending of some sort. I think this has to do with faith building and conversion or reconversion. There's a death of the self and a new life. You'll feel brand new, but maybe it's just a hard transition to do in 7 days, something like that. But you'll be exploring different faiths if that's it. That's the only message I'm getting. So if you get a metaphorical storyline in your head, I would follow that, okay? Because this feels deeply religious to me all the way around. That's the only storyline I'm getting ahead. And I'm having a hard time applying it to different arenas. Because people get, there's 5 reasons people get readings. They ask about romance, they ask about health, they ask about family, they ask about money, and they ask about career. Okay, those are basically the 5 things that people ask about. Okay, that's interesting. Well, let's get your advice, Scorpios, and then we'll move on to Sagittarius. What's the advice for Scorpios to June 16th through the 22nd, 2024, a successful week? What's the advice for Scorpios to make June 16th through the 22nd a successful week for them? What's the advice for Scorpios to make June 16th through the 22nd, 2024 a successful week? What's the advice for Scorpios June 16th through the 22nd, 2024 The Empress in reverse. Now see how she's feeding a baby, but it looks like a grandmotherly figure. This could represent a mother in your life, or your nurturing side, or your abundance. See how she has stars over her head? This is related to the threes, so the Three of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Three of Swords. A loss leads to healing, or allow a loss to lead to healing. So this is really connecting to the bad news portion of your reading where there's a death and a baptism. Okay. And then you have the Knight of Cups in reverse. And here it's the filmmaker. And you can see he's like framing a shot. You know, he looks like a director. So it's in reverse. I heard come what may, so do less planning is the vibe I'm getting to that. Try not to plan everything, you know, Scorpio style, where you have to like control every element in your environment, come what may, okay? So a very heavy feeling of acceptance and going with the flow, okay? Okay, so now let's do Sagittarius. What's the good news for Sagittarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Sagittarius this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? You're curious about a message. You're curious about a message. So I don't know if you're trying not to listen to a message or what. You're trying not to read a message or what? Or you're wondering about a message. What's the good news for Sagittarius? It's good news either way. June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. Boom. First card you have is the Four of Wands, stability, happiness, a happy home move or happy relocation somehow, or attending a wedding or attending a festival. But it's stability, and this is one of my favorite cards in any deck. I love getting this card. It's also a real estate card for me, okay? Ooh, nice. King of Pentacles in the upright. I don't know if you're dealing with an earth sign, but someone who's beautiful but can be spicy. I'm just saying. Or handsome but can be spicy, because it is a male card. But it's someone who's a generous benefactor, or you are, if you have earth in your chart. And then Two of Wands. You have a brand new path or crossroads where you're going to choose. But you also might have a new partnership, possibly with an earth sign that's very stable and promising. Okay? Cool. That's amazing. I'm just going to clarify the whole reading in general because it's pretty straightforward. If it is a person, it's a type of person that you really are into. At any rate, there may be news of a wedding or an engagement, or this could be you doing that. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius. June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius. Good news. June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius. June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I feel happiness. I feel happiness. So this is going to be a terrific week. May have to do with partnership, real estate, because you have two potential real estate cards. You're looking into the future and it seems promising. And maybe you're tired of playing games, or you finally finished one aspect of your life that's opening you up to love and change that is stable. No longer holding on to the sorrows and icy queens from the past. especially if you're dealing with a Cancer sign, a Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn. But you're letting go and you have new beauty and warmth in your life. Because maybe someone else or you stop playing games. Okay, that's interesting. Now for the bad news. What's the bad news for Sagittarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the bad news for Sagittarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the bad news for Sagittarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the bad news for Sagittarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? Yeah. Piscean energy, Aquarian energy. See how this gesture, there's this king in the back that he's controlling. Bad news is that you might not be able to control an Aries, Gemini, Virgo. And maybe that's upsetting. I don't know. We have to clarify. But you can no longer go down a certain road, and that might be upsetting. I don't know. And here you have like a Temperance kind of energy. You did get in reverse. You're impatient somehow, and that that may not serve you. So you need to be careful about that. And yeah, Fool's energy. So you're dealing with an Aries, Gemini, Virgo, or Aquarius, or a Libra, or Gemini. At any rate, you're in danger of making a false step, crossing a bridge you don't want to go due to impatience. So this is more bad news if you make a false move or you surrender to your impatience. Okay? So it's all on you. But I don't think you'll do that. You have something really great coming into your life. It seems like love, but it can be any positive positive situation. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius. It's pretty straightforward, so that's why I'm not clarifying all 3 cards or 2 cards or 1 card. Just clarifying the reading. There's a new beginning of some sort. Okay? As far as bad news goes, it's pretty staid. Okay? Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius, June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Boom. King of Cups, which is wonderful. As far as bad news, it's really light, okay? I think we saw Pisces here somehow. But the King of Cups in the upright is someone who's, even though you're impatient, emotionally, you're very stable. And 7 of Coins, you may have to wait, but something is blooming. So if you spent time on a relationship or a project or a path, there's a new beginning that's promised, and you just have to be patient, just a little, instead of jumping into something at the beginning of the week, maybe wait to the end of the week, because something is blooming, something is harvesting. Okay, the Chariot moving forward, yeah. You see how there's 2 dragons here? I love that. Yeah, as far as bad news, I mean, it looks like a really good week, actually, overall. Your bad news is not so bad, in other words. Now let's get the advice for Sagittarius. What's the the advice for Sagittarius to make June 16th through the 22nd, 2024 a successful week? What's the advice for Sagittarius to make June 16th through the 22nd, 2024 a successful week? What's the advice for Sagittarius to make June 16th through the 22nd, 2024 a successful week? I heard love with all your heart. And then you have the Eight of Wands in reverse. And in the upright, it says swiftness. Yeah, this is talking about you need to not, it's not so much jump in, but just don't, you need to think before you act. Okay? And you know, to hold back a little bit. If you're planning a long distance trip, I would just delay it just a little bit. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You see two wheels here. That's kind of interesting. So yes, the best thing is to just not move things too quickly due to impatience. So that's the big message for Sagittarius for this week. Now we move on to Capricorn. What's the good news for Capricorns this week? June 16th through the 24th, 2024. What is the good news for Capricorns this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the good news for Capricorns this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I heard love that hat. Okay. But, usually I get monotone messages, but there was inflection in the way that I heard it. So, love that hat. So, I don't know if you're complimenting it or receiving compliments. Forget who had this in the same position. Oh, it was Sagittarius. So, very stable energy, news of a wedding, maybe attending a wedding or getting engaged, or making a house move that's desirable. This is a real estate card too, but just stability overall, right? And then you have the Hermit in reverse. You have the answers, or you receive an answer, especially from a Virgo, that reveals something, right? It's not hidden in a tree trunk. It's brought out into the open, and it gives you stability. And then Justice is in the upright, but it's imbalanced, okay? So we need to clarify both these cards, because this is balanced. This is a good card to have in the reverse, but this is imbalanced. The Feather is heavier. So mentally, there's heaviness over emotions and abundance. But still, the Justice card is in the upright. Libra, Virgo, and then, fire, right? I feel like looking at the bottom of the deck, the Three of Wands in reverse, the Page of Coins, and the Nine of Cups in reverse. So this is the good news, though. So I want to clarify two of these cards. What does the Justice card mean for Capricorns? Remember, I heard love your hat. So you might be a part of a social setting, because sometimes this is a social event, right? That's public. Or you could win a court case. You get the judgment answer, and it brings stability. Is another clarification, another storyline or possibility. What's this Justice card in the upright mean for Capricorns? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's this Justice card in the upright mean for Capricorns? I almost kept saying Scorpio. What's this Justice card in the upright mean for Capricorns? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I'm actually getting two cards, so... The first card is this Icy Queen. No longer feeling remorsefulness. You're feeling confident. And then I don't know if you win against a corporation or a school in some way. I heard justice is divine. So, God intervenes or some kind of higher power intervenes, and you may have a big win in an unusual way. Okay? So that's what that means. But you could also be getting married or engaged or attending such. At any rate, it's good news and you get an answer. So let's clarify this card, the Four of Wands in the upright. What's this Four of Wands in the upright mean for Capricorns, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? Please clarify the Four of Wands in the upright, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's this Four of Wands in the upright mean? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's this Four of Wands in the upright mean for Capricorns? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I don't know what this means. Maybe somebody knows. Al-Shabbat. Al-Shabbat. I think it's Hebrew or some kind of Jewish holiday. Let me look it up. Or ritual. Shabbat. Contains many features across a broad range of issues pertaining to international. Oh, that's Shabbat. Oh, it's a Jewish Sabbath. So something may happen on Saturday that's good for you in regards to stability. This is confusing. Here you see people on the same path to a temple. So I don't think it's a wedding. I don't know what that means. But it's definitely religious in some way. There might be a pilgrimage, but maybe not at a distance. Or maybe it is at a distance. I'm not really sure. I don't think it's a wedding or a baptism. It might be a music festival that you're attending, but it's still stability. Okay? It's still stability. Okay. And maybe that's why the Hierophant is here. Okay? That's weird. All right. Not very clear, but you'll know what it means, Capricorns. Now let's get the bad news for Capricorns. What's the bad news for Capricorns, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the bad news for Capricorns, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What is the bad news for Capricorns, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the bad news for Capricorns, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? There might be an internet outage in your area. That's really intense for me, that feeling. Here you have like someone in a cave. So it's like pre-fool. Okay, so you may be trying to finish a cycle and you can't because it did come into a reverse. But scorpionic energy, mostly. And then you have lover's energy. They have their backs to each other. One's looking at the dark, one's looking at the light. I feel like you're about to meet, but haven't yet, someone you may fall in love with, or you're thinking about this, or you're thinking about a Gemini or Cancer sign. And then here's someone, a scorpionic energy, or no, it's Virgo energy, where someone's visiting a gravesite and you have like this Ace of Sword in the sky above. Yeah, I think you're on the cusp of a brand new cycle that you're eager to start. That's why you're still in the cave with the Fool. I don't know, you're eager to start a new relationship with someone, so I feel like you're looking, but right now it's just in your head, you know? Someone may be waiting in the wings divinely to meet you, and it's an ideal match because it's Adam and Eve, right? Okay, interesting. So I feel like it's not coming this week. Okay, but you're on the cusp of it. You're on the cusp of change in your love life, it looks like. If you're already attached, then this is a new... right now, there's like a dark night of soul, perhaps, in your relationship, and you're waiting for that change to come. Please clarify this reading for Capricorns, June 16th to the 22nd, 2024. If it's not love, I don't know, it may be religion. Not really sure. Yeah. So on this channel, if I can't figure it out, I'm going to tell you. I'm not 100% on this storyline. Okay? But definitely new beginnings waiting in the wings. Adam and Eve were in the first man and first woman. Your counterpart. You seem like peas in the pod, but it's not here yet. Is basically what I'm getting. Please clarify this reading for Capricorns, June 16th through 22nd, 2024. Ooh, I feel so tense right now, like really tense. Like I've a burning sensation between my shoulder blades. Yeah, King of Pentacles, I don't know if you were waiting for an earth sign, or this is you being ruthless, and then Queen of Cups, water sign. It's in the air, it's in the ether. It's just not here yet. Maybe you like the drama queen type. It's a mixture of drama queen and someone emotionally stable. You know, someone normal. Okay, that's weird. Okay, very strange reading. I'm going to pull an advice card or cards for Capricorn. Tell me how that resonates with you, Capricorns. Yeah, so I'm not going to guess at interpretations, okay? If I'm not getting clear messages, I'm going to tell you I don't get clear messages. But so I just end up reading the cards rather than what I'm not intuiting. What's the advice for Capricorns to make June 16th through 22nd as successful as possible? What's the advice? Ooh, 2 cards want to come out. Here you have the Empress card in reverse. Oh no, it's the High Priestess card in reverse. To reveal your feelings might be advantageous for you. And 6 of Swords, which is called silence. So that's contradictory. It's in the upright. See how I don't know if someone broke your heart twice, and maybe they're a Pisces or a Sagittarius. They may reveal their feelings to you, and you're supposed to, I want to say, access healing as quickly as possible. Because you have this Hermes kind of, just move to a new destination. Not physically move, just like in your head. Just go, okay, well, that's in the past, is kind of what I'm getting. Again, not totally clear. And then you have the Page of Wands, where it's a broadcaster receiving news. Release anger if you need to against this person and how you really feel about what they did or didn't do. And it might release you. Okay? All right. Now we're going to move on to Aquarius, then Pisces, and then I'm going to do personal readings. The first person in queue is Tammy, who I will not reveal her question. What's the good news for Aquarius this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What is the good news for Aquarius this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What is the good news for Aquarius this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What is the good news for Aquarius this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Boom. The Tower. Okay, well, it's a good tower. It's most likely a tower that you control. Okay, but this could also mean house fire, natural catastrophe, like a natural, what do you call that? What do you call that? Natural disaster card, but this could also mean a Scorpio. So this is your good news reading, okay? Hermit card. Maybe you're keeping anger inside you, and that's a good thing, is what I'm getting from this. And then the Eight of Coins, apprenticeship. Scorpio, Virgo. This has to do with trying to master a skill or learning a new skill or learning a new job. So if you you control a bonfire here, a conflagration. This could be an internal fire, but you know, if it's an internal fire, the tower is anger, okay, but you're keeping inside and you're just continuing on is one you have to clarify, because that's a very odd combination, especially in this deck. Please clarify the Tower card in this reading for Aquarius. I feel like you might be planning on moving away and you're just planning. And you might burn your bridges is another interpretation I'm getting. So there's like a sense of migration, okay? Like a new state or new country. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you the intuits that I'm getting for the group. Migration could easily be substitute with commute, okay? So you control it, so not me. Tarot is fate, not destiny, so you can change this if you want to, however you want to. You control it. Please clarify the meaning of the Tower card in this reading for Aquarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the meaning of the Tower, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Yeah. It almost looks like he's crawling back into this cracked egg that he's just birthed from. Okay, that's kind of interesting intuit that I'm getting. It's controlling the, but fires can be cleansing too. Just like an egg is always new and clean and untouched. But again, I mean, even though logically this person has birthed and has, begun a new life, okay? There's a cleansing or healing energy of being like clean, okay? Which makes me want to now clarify the Hermit card. There's a birth of some kind, a rebirth, like a phoenix in the fire kind of energy. Again, the sensation of traveling a distance for me. What's this Hermit card in the upright mean? For Aquarius, June 16th through the 22nd for good news, 2024. What's this Hermit card mean for Aquarius and good news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. One more. I heard count your blessings. Count your blessings. Yeah. You're getting you're trying to find a way to snip the strings on being beholden to something. That's interesting. Yeah, new beginning, definite new beginning. You need to look before you leap, do some more planning. You don't have all the answers yet, okay? You might be looking for a new job or in a new industry even, okay? So let's clarify that, which would involve a learning period or a training period or an apprenticeship of some kind. Could possibly be construction. Please clarify the meaning of the Eight of Coins in the upright for Aquarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the meaning of the Eight of Coins in the upright for Aquarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the meaning of the Eight of Coins in the upright for Aquarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Here you see like a high priest teaching someone to, an initiate, how to worship, okay? You may think that the good news is that you may have been told or that you would be apprenticing, but you have already mastered it. So, but you may pretend like you don't know anything so you look good later. I don't know. Yeah, the day of travel and taking the bull by the horns, beating out the competition in a new job, perhaps, or new position, or a new neighborhood, I want to say. Okay. Now we're going to do the bad news for Aquarius and then pull for the advice. Remember the cleansing motif that we got in the other. You may have to cleanse your space in order to receive the good news, so that's important, right? What's the bad news for Aquarius? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Aquarius? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Aquarius? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Aquarius? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Thank you for watching, guys. I would love to see more likes if you don't mind. And I did DVR this reading or enable the DVR. Thank you for all the likes. You're amazing. So if you want to roll back to your own group's message, that would be amazing. I am doing $20 PayPal readings after Pisces, so please get in queue for that. The way to get that friends and family donation link is at the top of the page, I believe. Now here you see two women, Taurian energy, Gemini energy, right? Very feminine energy. So this is the bad news spread for Aquarius. You may be missing someone after you may have to leave people behind, or you're missing a friend. A friend may be leaving, or a couple may be leaving, and you're sad about it. This is someone that you're close to. Strong Gemini energy, okay? The bad news is that you feel aligned with someone. You consider them both a friend and a potential or real lover. But it may be just in your dreams, too. You know, here you may get a message in a dream about a potential love interest. It's not going to happen yet, okay? Or people are moving away and you're going to feel left behind, but you have plans to join them anyway, is another storyline, okay? But they're friends. Okay, let's clarify. to clarify this card first. Please clarify the first card in this reading for Aquarius, bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify this reading, the first card in this reading for Aquarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the meaning of the first card in this bad news reading for Aquarius, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I heard not yet, not yet. Maybe your impatience for a migration or someone to come into your life. I don't know. 10 of Pentacles. That is a reunion card or a family gathering. Ultimately, I mean, as far as bad news, it's just wanting to get going on something, but having to wait because of divine timing. Because, you know, the Lover's card can be a timing card, especially if it's backed up by the Chariot at some point in this reading. But here you have an inheritance of some sort. People leave, friends leave, but they give you something of value. There's definitely an ending to one way of making money is quite possible, and moving into another. And maybe this week you're not ready for it, or it's just not happening yet. But you might get your answers or guidance from a spirit guide in a dream, okay? What is the third card meaning in this reading for bad news for Aquarius? There's like an overall impatience feeling, wanting to it's like a stop, go, or hurry up and wait kind of feeling. Please clarify the meaning of the third card in this reading for Aquarius bad news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Ace of Wands, yeah, exactly. You have a new start coming in. Maybe it's not the new start that maybe people are leaving faster than you want, and you're trying to make a new start so you can go with them. You don't want to be left behind. But you have tens and you have aces, which is amazing. And then you have the Six of Coins in reverse, which is, no equal give and take. So this is your higher self or your spirit guide. There's a couple involved somehow. Anyway, I feel like you want to migrate somewhere. And you're just having to tie some things up. And there's people going ahead of you. That's kind of what I'm getting. I don't know. That's the only storyline that I'm getting at this point. I hope that makes sense. So now we're going to do the advice for Aquarius and move on to Pisces. And then we'll start reading the private readings for those people who are in queue via PayPal. I will do the PayPal readings in order that they're received. So the first one to get a reading is Tammy, who will have, I won't mention the question at all. So she wants to keep that private. What's the advice for Aquarius to make June 16th through the 22nd the most successful week possible? What's the advice for Aquarius to make June 16th through the 22nd the most successful week possible? What's the advice for Aquarius to make June 16th through the 22nd the most successful as possible? What's the advice for Aquarius to make June 16th through the 22nd as successful as possible? Two more. My throat is sore, so that's a pseudo soreness that I get only during readings. So I don't know if you're like using your voice a lot and there's a danger of getting hoarse. I almost felt I had to pull out that card, but then I had to pull it back. Here you have the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is the filmmaker. You can see he's trying to frame the shot as director. You don't try to force something to happen the way you have it envisioned in your head. Okay. And then you have futility is in reverse. The advice is to go with the flow, to not utilize deception, because that will be futile. Just be honest about, that's what the cards are saying, be honest about leaving or commuting or migrating. Let directors know ahead of time, perhaps. Okay. All right. Okay. So just plan your escape based on current circumstances. Don't try to force things to happen before they're ready to happen, because there's divine timing involved. Now we're going to read for Pisces, good news, and then bad news and advice, and then we'll start on the personal readings. What's the good news for Pisces this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I heard thorn out of my side. So something that was a headache or painful, you're just pulling out, right? What's the good news for Pisces this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Pisces this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? What's the good news for Pisces this week, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024? I keep wanting to say good advice, so, but I didn't. I caught myself. So I don't know if advice is going to be really important this week, that you should really consider other people's point of views. And then you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is the Biachi Queen in reverse. You're maybe dealing with an air sign who's being deceptive, I feel. And then you have the Ace of Wands. Remember I said pull a thorn out of my side? So Ace of Wands, you're on the cusp of a brand new karmic action cycle. So you may not take action with an air sign queen. And then lovers. Yeah, definitely Gemini energy. Okay. There's a lover's choice about a new beginning with an a air sign person. They are in reverse, okay, because the court cards are people to me most of the time, like 8 out of 10 times. Gemini energy here, okay. The antlers are molted and crossed, okay. So there's a lover's choice. It has to do with a Gemini. And the Ace of Wands is in reverse. Or you're no longer attracted to the Gemini. At any rate, it's good news. Okay? It's good news. Okay, let's clarify. We're just going to clarify the Ace of Wands in reverse. Please clarify the meaning of the Ace of Wands in reverse for Pisces, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify the Ace of Wands meaning for Pisces in good news, June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Now that question that I'm doing, the question readings are it's not yes, no. I'm going to give you a comprehensive answer to your question, okay? This is definitely about a new beginning, okay? You're making that leap of faith to, either stop a new beginning with a Gemini who's biatchy or not being truthful, and you're just going to, I heard, start over. Maybe this is after a period of enforced rest or illness, or this person I just heard STD. So it looks like you're making a new start and you're coming out of a time of healing. Okay, so you're being healed. You're on the cusp of a brand new action cycle. So that's good news. Now the bad news, and then the advice. So if people are advising you about an air sign, specifically a Gemini, I would listen. because they have your best interests at heart. So even though the cards themselves are backwards, I'm laying them out into, like, the first card I'm putting here, which is actually the third position. There's something weird with my app that's not allowing me to put them out in the order, from left to right. Even though the cards are backwards, that doesn't mean the rating is backwards. So don't read it that way. The first card I lay out is my first card, the second and third. I'm just laying them out backwards so that it makes sense to you visually, okay? But the cards themselves, the orientation, the words are gonna read backwards, okay? What's the bad news for Pisces this week? I heard stuck. June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Pisces this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Pisces this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. What's the bad news for Pisces this week? June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. My neck and shoulders are so tense right now. My neck and shoulders are really tense. So you might be tense, or you hear bad news that makes you tense, okay? Doesn't cancel out the good news. That's like a completely different situation probably, okay? Someone you're battling with, it's over because you got it in reverse. They might be a Leo or a Aries moon, or you're not fighting anymore. Maybe you have to give up the fight on something and it's hurting your pride. Yeah, you lost the game. You rolled the dice and you lost on something. And it may have been a mental game. And I don't know if it has to do with a Sagittarius specifically, but it could be any sign, okay? Yeah. So this is, you roll the dice, you played a mental game, I guess, or someone did this to you. And, anyway, you're on the losing end of it. But what did you really lose? You lost a game of wits. So who cares? I feel like looking at the bottom of the deck, I don't know if it had to do with the union of some kind, someone you were dancing with. Okay. No longer dancing. Okay. Okay, I don't need to clarify that. Well, maybe I should. I'll pull one or two cards for the whole thing. Because maybe it has to do with love, maybe it has to do with work, something, right? So let's clarify. Please clarify this reading for Pisces. June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Pisces. June 16th through the 22nd, 2024. I'm thinking of a cat. I'm thinking of a cat. Whatever that means. 3 wands, opportunity. You might have been competing for an opportunity somehow, and it feels like it could be work or an opportunity to meet up. No, it's 10 of Swords, yeah. So there is deception, there is betrayal, either in work or a love situation. You roll the dice, I feel it's you, and it didn't work out. A plan backfired and something is over. But you know what? It might be an opportunity in disguise. Okay? All right. So let's pull 1 to 2 cards for advice. And then we'll start with Tammy's reading and whoever else is in queue after that. What's the advice for Pisces to make June 16th through the 22nd as successful as possible, 2024? What's the advice for Pisces to make June 16th through the 22nd, 2024 as successful as possible? What's the advice for Pisces to make June 16th through the 24th? 24th. As successful as possible. One more. Okay. I heard don't cut. So here you have the Star. Don't get your hopes up on something because obviously, you know, you're going to win some, lose some according to the cards this week. And then you have the Four of Cups, which is boredom, stagnation. But the name on this card is luxury. Okay, and you can see these two bros hanging out with each other with glasses of milk. So I don't know if it's good to reject something that doesn't serve you, especially if it has to do with Aquarius, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, because, you know, there might be a loss of hope in that regards. It feels like a situationship, but I'm not sure. Maybe not drink either, because here you have the Six of Cups in reverse, which the name on this card is Pleasure. This is the Urban Tarot, okay? And you can see two people embraced in perhaps lovemaking, but not to engage, especially in unsafe sex. That's not advisable, okay? So I say that because I heard STD in the first reading, okay? So, you know, if you don't trust somebody, well, I mean, even if you trust them, I mean, unless you're married, use whatever protection you have at your disposal, right? So don't drink and carouse, I guess. You know, you need to heal still, okay? All right, that's interesting. Now I need to go to PayPal to see who's in queue. Thank you for joining me. For those who aren't getting personal readings right now, nothing beats a personal reading. So if you want one, I encourage you to get one. Otherwise, you're just listening to, you know, the group messages, right? So let me see here. Let me get to the PayPal. And Tammy, I promise I won't say your question out loud. It's going to text me a code. Shit, I hate this. Oh, try another option. Oh, it's not letting me verify. I can't see your message. Oh, it's not letting me see the question, Tammy. Okay, for those who paid for reading at Ministry of Tarot, if you could please email me at ministryoftarot@gmail.com. Give me your questions. If you've paid, okay, only if you paid at Ministry of Tarot, because I'm going to have to log on in a different way. Because it's not letting me verify to get on. I can't log on. I will record the reading separately and email you the link, okay? Thank you for everyone for joining me. I wish you a beautiful week, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Goodbye. The Julys are up, by the way.